Hey guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. Price analysis on altcoins today. Ones that I've chosen. On the next video we will do some chosen by you guys, but I just want to cover the main ones that I'm holding. So we're going to talk about Elrond, which is EGDL. We'll talk about METIS and reserve rights, which is RSR. It's a big day today for Elrond and we've seen some decent price action. If you're looking at this point here, got boom, daily candle forming, and it's X day today. It's one of the biggest events up to date. It signifies a lot for Elrond. It's a 3-day event. I was supposed to be going but couldn't quite make it. Lots of things going on there. There's some massive news. There's potentially some news to do with the EU and a potential digital currency. It is just rumours, but that could be something that's happening. They've been having a lot of meetings between the EU personnel and Elrond blockchain. It is a carbon negative blockchain which the EU has actually backed and registered. So good things to come from Elrond, and like I say, we've seen some decent price action. And for me personally, I've been talking about it for a while now. I've been accumulating a lot. I've been staking it on the Maya wallet, which is Ace, and I put a tweet out back on 20th of October, talking over 3 weeks ago now. I say, look, there's two scenarios I'm looking at. Bitcoin dumps and pulls altcoins down, which would point to, or number one, X day coming up at the beginning of November. So if Bitcoin stays stagnant, which it has done, it's around $20,300. Then expect a good push up, and that's exactly what's happened. We've formed a base here. This is the EQ, the equilibrium of that central trading range, and we've pushed up. So all in all, things are looking good. And personally, this is an area where I would consider profit around $67, around that number. Beyond that, if it breaks out, there's not much in terms of resistance above it. You've got this region here, which is quite significant. If you look at the tops there, it kind of marries up with that, so it would show it as a confluent area. And also, around $100, I think a $100 mark would be something massive to achieve. If we do bounce from this current prices and get to $100, and you're talking about a 59% move, which I think it's definitely possible. Usually when you get major news events, well, they do sell off as well, but you do get a lead up to it. And I think now, over this next 3 days, we are going to get a solid push up. And especially if some major announcements come out from X Day, then I think that could be definitely grounds to open along at current prices. But also could be massive grounds to take profit when the price does push up towards this region. I will be over the moon if we can get a $100 EGDL over the course of the next 3 to 5 days. And then, personally, I will be taking profit off the table. Whether I am reinvesting that amount to take out a profit, who knows yet. But for me, Elrond is a strong asset, and I think it's going to continue to pump over the next 3 to 5 days. Remember though, just be wary of selling news events. I've been talking about this. Everybody's been talking about X Day. We've had that gradual pump up. Just be wary in case it dumps back down, because whatever happens, if it goes up to here, it'll dump. If it goes up to here, it'll dump. If it goes to here, it always happens. Whichever level it gets to, it always hits that level and then rejects. So just be wary of that. But for me personally, in terms of technical analysis, I'm only looking for up only in this current situation with X Day going on and potential big news looming. And then beyond that, we'll have a look for some buy-ins, but still a little bit early for that. For me personally, I would be buying at this region here, where we're currently at, and I would look for a breakout here. Maybe if you're waiting for a bit of security, wait for a push up, a retest, and maybe buy back in at around $67, but it's up to you. You know how to sort your risk management out. I'm not going to teach you how to do that. Looking at major buy levels and major sell levels here. I think if the price did reject from here at 67 and we start getting a sell-off, then you're going to look at buys or closing shorts at 54, and then beyond that, if the market does dump, which it has a tendency to do, then you're going to look at buys at around 41. Just be wary of that. Profit at 67 and up to 100, and then buys down at 54 and 41 if anything severe happens. So that's Elrond. Next I said I'll talk about METIS, which is currently at $28, and if we have a bit of a zoom in, the daily time frame here. Last time I covered METIS, I said, look, we're going to look to use these levels, these Fibonacci levels here, as buying zones. So if we just drag that across from where it was previously, we've actually done a full retracement of that entire move there. So I had the fib on from the bottom here all the way up and down. That was the top, but it's since moved. And we've come back down and done a full retracement of the entire move. And I said, look, start buying at 29, 28 and 27. And then beyond that, if we do get a price rejection, I would still I would be looking here at 25.73, which lines up nicely with this area here. And if you look all the way through, some major level support. So for METIS, although I'm bullish on the asset long term, don't sniff down buys like this at $25. And then we've got a big area down here at around $19, $20. So that's $22 that one. A major support level down there, I would just say 19 because that was my buy-in down here. Yeah. So, I mean, I would use those levels again at $22 and 19 if you're looking to buy some METIS. And on equal terms, if you're looking for some profit, then $32 is still a major level. I've got that reason level marked up because it is a level of resistance. It was actually a level of support when I bought it here, pumped up, and then it dumped through. But that's investing. So personally, I would consider buys at 25 all the way down to 19, and then sells at 32. If it goes beyond 32, you're probably going to look at around 36, and then beyond that, you're going to look all the way up to 49 if we get any positive price action across the board. RSR is another one that's done fairly poorly, to be honest. It's crab city, isn't it? We had that pump here. This was a pump up to to mainnet, and then it sold off and just come back into this mundane range. In terms of technicals and fundamentals, for me personally, it's one of my favourite assets out there. It's conquering what this world is suffering right now, but it's still not quite at that stage. So RSR is there to target those countries that are hyperinflated, and it gives them a stable currency which they can use. We've got a lot of that going on currently. We've got Argentina, Venezuela, some African countries, plenty of Caribbean countries which have got hyperinflation. RSR can solve that, but it's just getting that use case and that narrative pushed out. It is in the perfect grounds for RSR to react, and their application is turning over a lot of TVL. So I think it's just a matter of time for RSR. A lot of people are calling it a scam because they've lost money on it, which, I mean, it's dropped 97-98%. It is what it is, isn't it? For me personally, it's a solid asset. The TA has gone against that really, and it has been severely pulled down. But we've had VCs and big people buying it and then just dumping it, and it continues to drop. And the further it's dropped down, people start to lose confidence, and it pulls it down even further. And vicious cycle. But for me personally, I'm a buyer at these levels. I mean, I'm not going to look at specific levels here, but I mean, you can see clear confluence on these two bounces here, which is a nice level at around 0.5 cent. Beyond that, you've got this region down here at 0.3%, and you've got 0.1%. I don't envisage it going down to those levels, but you never know. And then beyond that, profit taking, I've actually got some big sell orders in here at 1.6 cent, but you can look to sell it at 1.1 cent, 1.6 and then 2.2 cent. If we do get a decent rally, then that's the level you're going to look at. But for now, the market is still, like saying, crab city, and we just need to take it for what it is. I'm still expecting a pump, still expecting a major bear market rally. People think, oh, that's it, we've had one from 18 to 20k. I think there's a bit of a shock on the horizon. I think we've got a 25 to 28k Bitcoin coming in before we do get some downward pressure leading into next year. Just a guess though, just a guess. But I think that's it. That's my thoughts on the altcoins that I'm personally holding and looking to accumulate and sell in the same thing. Remember, do not get emotionally attached to an asset, because otherwise you'll lose bad, man. I've done it before. I've bought assets which I end up falling in love with, and the dump, and then you end up hating them. So take profit all the way up and take profit all the way down, and just keep rinsing, repeating, and cover your own ass. But that's it. If you are new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed, smash that like button, and I'll catch you next time.